Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Lakeside Laboratory, the official Ratchet fan video mailbag where I answer your Ratchet and Clank and Legend of Zelda questions. No announcements for you guys today, so we're going to go ahead and get right into the questions. And our first two come from the original Bagel. The first one he asks is, who is your favorite Ratchet and Clank character? Well, seeing as I haven't played a whole lot, I actually haven't played any of the Ratchet and Clank games. I have watched some walkthroughs for a few of them. And from what I've watched, I'd have to go with Captain Quark, since he seems like a funny character, and, I like funny characters. Or Clank, because, just his personality is very, very refined. He's very intelligent, and, I find that cool in a robot, I guess. Next question. Do you think Wind Waker HD Wii U will generate success? Yes. I don't think it's going to generate quite as much success as Nintendo is anticipating, assuming they think it's going to generate a good amount. I think that it's not going to do quite as well. It's probably not going to do as well as Ocarina of Time 3D did. With the recent price cut to the Wii U, that'll probably boost sales for the Wind Waker HD, because more people will get a Wii U now, I think. But I don't think it's going to do quite as well as Nintendo might hope. Andreas asks, and she asks the next two questions, what's your favorite Zelda game? Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. If you want me to elaborate on as to why, let me know in the comments, and I will make a separate video detailing why that is my favorite game, because it'd take too long to do that in this video. The next question is, what's your favorite Zelda item? I'd have to go with the bow and arrow. I mean, it's a fairly standard weapon item thing, and I just have loads of fun using it. I especially liked it in Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess with the Wiimote. I thought it was really cool using it. And I just really enjoy going around shooting things, I guess. But yeah, bow and arrow. Just a Cool Guy asks, should Zelda games invest more in cutscenes / cinematics, etc.? Yes, I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that. I imagine you're talking about, for example, in StarCraft 2, they had absolutely gorgeous looking cutscenes where their characters and stuff were very realistic looking, and they almost look like regular people. Assuming you're talking about that, I'd love to see them do that. I'd love to see them up the quality of the cutscenes and stuff, and make them awesome looking. If they don't, I'm fine with how the cutscenes look now. If you're talking about having more cutscenes and longer cutscenes and the like, maybe sometimes, but I think I'm good with as many as we have now. But that's just my opinion. If I didn't answer your question, then let me know, and you can be a bit more specific as to what you meant, and I may be able to give you a better answer. But if I answer your question, then great. Lord Vane asks, what are your thoughts about Hero Mode in Wind Waker HD? I think it's great. I don't have any problems with it. I think that there can only be positive things that come from it, because I know a lot of people don't have a hard time liking Zelda games now because they're so easy and they don't give as much of a challenge as they used to, and that's a big problem for some people. For me personally, I think that it's a great addition. I think that I would definitely play it. I think the Wind Waker is probably one of the easiest games I've played. The last few times I've played through the game, I haven't even died. So the Hero Mode will be a welcome challenge, I hope, for me. And I imagine it will be for a lot of other people. So, my thoughts are mostly positive, or all the way positive. I have no problems with it. Ventus asks, should Zelda stop being a kiddie series and appeal to the hardcore like it used to? Assuming you're talking about difficulty, I think that the hero mode is a great compromise. I think that, obviously, a lot of people say the hero mode in Skyward Sword wasn't difficult enough. and maybe the one in Wind Waker will be the same. But I think that the hero mode provides enough of a challenge for most people to sort of slake the thirst, so to speak. I think that the hero mode is sort of our answer for making things, is Nintendo's answer for making things a bit more challenging for the hardcore gamers. You know, obviously it's not going to be NES difficulty, but I think it's good. I think that the hero mode is it's enough for me. Maybe they need to add another level of difficulty that goes beyond the regular hero mode. I don't know. But the way they got it set up in Wind Waker HD, that works for me. And Skyward Sword works for me. Raindrop14 asks, Dear Beast, what do you think about a Steampunk Zelda game? You know, Steampunk, yeah. I don't know a whole lot about it. I do know it's 1800s type England, Victorian era sort of thing. It's more modern than what Zelda is right now, and that is sort of the that's what, regardless of what it is, if it's more modern than what Zelda is now, I'm not necessarily a big fan of it. I am one of the people who like Zelda being the fantasy medieval type thing that it is, and I really don't feel the need to go beyond that. I mean, sure, it could be awesome. It could be a great, cool game. But, you know, if I want to play a game like that, I prefer it to be something beyond, something that's not Zelda. I'd rather Zelda just stick to what it has been, which is a medieval fantasy type game. You know, I just, making Zelda into that would just, I don't think it would work very well. I mean, it could be a great game and stuff, but, you know, what it would cause for timeline things and, you know, just a whole lot of things. You know, it would feel like a fan fiction game to me. It would feel like a fanfic to me. So, you know, I don't need Zelda to feel like that. That's my opinion. You know, it could be awesome. It could be great. But for me personally, I'm not a big fan of the idea. And our last question comes from Jazzy, who asks, who's your favorite companion? Like Navi, Midna, or Fi, etc. King of the Red Lions. And I'd have to go with King of the Red Lions because he is the least annoying to me. When he talks, what he has to tell you is usually plot related, so what he actually says has a point most of the time. Like Midna and Fi and stuff, you know, they add stuff to the plot oftentimes, but a lot of times they were also giving really useless advice that I didn't need to hear, and you know, and Navi is sort of guilty of that too. But King of Blood Lions, I'd have to go with just because, you know, and he's also your boat, so you sort of have to have him around in order to do things, to get from place to place, and so that sort of makes you like grateful for him, I guess. So yeah, I go King of the Red Lions. You know, I like Navi and I like Tattle and I like Celia, the three fairies. I like them fine. But King of the Red Lions is my favorite. Anyway, we are out of questions, so I want to thank you all so much for sending these in. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And go ahead and comment on what you thought of the video, what your answers would be to some of these questions, and leave me some more questions, because I need them. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.